Okay, I think we finally got this rolling. In the OBS. We're going to be reviewing what I eat in the coldest city on earth. 70 minus 71 Celsius minus 95 Fahrenheit, which is freezing. All right.
Yakutsk, my hometown, a place where winter is so harsh it feels like living on another planet. Yet we have found ways to adapt, and food plays a crucial role in that. From shopping at the world's coldest markets to the hearty meals that keeps us warm and fueled, I will show you what a typical day of eating looks like and how we survive in the coldest city on earth.
I'm ready.
I start my day with breakfast, one of the most important meals here in Yakutia. It needs to be hearty and packed with calories to prepare us for the cold ahead. Today I am making traditional Yakutian pancakes, a simple mix of flour, water, milk and egg. Fried in oil, they are quite fatty, but that's exactly what keeps us fueled for the day. Another dish is whipped cream with frozen berries. This refreshing and delicious treat is often enjoyed with pancakes. We use a special Yakutian wooden whipper to make it light and fluffy, a perfect complement to the meal.
So, I wonder if this is going to get blocked or restricted. But they are eating, berries with whipped cream, heavy whipped cream. And I guess they're doing this in a compliment to the first, dry, crispy food. Basically, like a waffle. And they're cooking it. I think they're cooking it in vegetable oil. Probably corn oil. And that's not going to be the best. If they had butter or animal fat, would be the best. Their cream, it'd be better if it was raw. I'm guessing she just got it from the store because it looks like something that you would buy in the store. And that's probably pasteurized. We just started this video though, so we'll see.
In Yakutia, having two breakfasts is completely normal. It's how we stay warm in this freezing cold.
So a lot of people conclude that when you eat warm food, hot food, it increases your body temperature because it's hot. Thus, it also warms you up. But that's what they say. Now, you obviously wouldn't want to eat something frozen, completely frozen, because this is the coldest place on the earth.
Really good. Yakutia's freezing temperatures make it nearly impossible to grow food locally, so most of our food is transported from the warmer regions thousands of kilometers away, which drives up cost. We have a large supermarkets in Yakutsk where you can find almost everything, but prices are about double those in central Russia. Vegetables and fruits are limited and very expensive. Tomatoes, for example, cost around $10 for just 500 grams. This is steep, especially considering the average monthly wage here is about $800. By the way, I lost the audio from this.
Yeah. So she's basically saying people there are broke, or the groceries are just really high. The thing is she just said nothing grows there. So all this food has to be shipped in. And then it brings to the question, like, should you be eating those foods? And what I was saying about the body making you warm, a lot of somewhat ancient texts, the thing is they may not be the original texts, but they say warm and hot food is better for you in making it cooked. And they also say to eat what's in your surroundings, not being like shipped. More importantly though, none of that food even grows there. So that's not what they would be eating. Anyway.
This grocery shopping video, so if it looks like I am talking to the camera without sound, now you know why. Canned beef or tushonka is still very popular here. Older generations remember it as a staple during food shortages across the former Soviet Union. It's affordable at just $2 per can, lasts up to 15 years, and still reminds us of childhood. It pairs perfectly with pasta for a hearty, simple meal. Another local favorite is rusk, a twice-baked.
So the meat in a can, I imagine it's going to be like the cheapest stuff there. So people are going to eat that. It's going to be cheaper than fresh meat. And then it also lasts forever. That's why people say they'll buy it. The thing is, though, is when stuff is in a can, it loses its prana. So it loses its life. It's not the same as eating something that's just cooked. And it's not the same as eating something, just picked off of the banana tree. Any plant, any animal you kill, the life force disintegrates.
Bread with unique flavors like jellied meat with horseradish, my personal favorite. Grocery shopping can get expensive fast. Essentials like meat, dairy, and staples often cost more here than in other regions. A week's grocery for one person can easily total $150, even without luxury items like fresh fruits, vegetables, or salmon.
That's pretty much all they're
Sanctions
paid.
have also impacted what's available on shelves. Many imported products are limited. To
That's
adapt,
$100
Russia
bucks.
has introduced local alternatives like Dobry, a Coca-Cola substitute that translates to kind cola. Now, most imported goods come from China, including drinks like Fanta, Pepsi, and Sprite. While familiar brands remain on shelves, they are often slightly different from what you would find elsewhere. Frozen products are common and generally cheaper than fresh one. Chicken isn't very popular here because it's mostly imported, so we tend to eat locally raised beef and horse meat. Frozen chicken costs around $10 per kilogram.
A kilogram is 2 pounds.
Olive oil is another luxury. Most people use sunflower oil, which costs just $2, while a bottle of Borges olive oil can
Okay, that's what I thought it was, sunflower oil. And the reason why it's so cheap, because it's not even grown it's basically genetically engineered just with so many things, and that's why it is so cheap, because it's pretty much made through a lab.
Set you back $20, double what it cost in the United
AKA you shouldn't eat that.
States. Coffee is also a luxury, as most brands are imported. A pack of Starbucks pods costs $11 for only 10 pods. Many people stick to instant coffee or local brands to save money, but if you're after premium options, they come with premium prices. Now let's move on to drinks. We visited a store that sells alcohol, as in Yakutia, alcohol is only sold in special licensed shops. These stores operate under strict rules. They are open only from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. This law is meant to reduce alcohol consumption and prevent excessive buying. It's a unique system, but it's just how things are done here. When it comes to wine, the selection is quite limited. Most good wines are produced abroad in places like France or Italy, but they are hard to come by here. Instead, most wines available are from Georgia or Armenia. They are more affordable and easier to import. So if you're a wine lover, the choices here are fewer and can be quite pricey. For lunch, most office workers here head to Canteen. It's fast, affordable, and serves comforting home-style meals. While we do have restaurants offering Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Italian cuisine, locals usually save those for weekends or dinners. For lunch, budget-friendly and quick spots like canteens are the go-to choice.
Рыба по-королевски, курица в сливочном, конина, котлеты тефтельки чисто говяжьи.
Today I've come to a typical canteen serving traditional Yakutian and Russian dishes. Whenever I go to the canteen, I tend to overdo it. This time is no different. I've ended up with a full 3-course meal. I've got a traditional Yakutian fried pie, Russian salad mimosa, offal soup, fermented horse milk, and mashed potatoes with horse meat, all for let me know what meals are like in your home. So if you're a wine lover, the choice potatoes with horse meat, all for just Today I've come to a typical canteen serving traditional Yakutian and Russian dishes. Whenever I go to the canteen, I tend to overdo it. This time is no different. I've ended up with a full 3-course meal. I've got a traditional Yakutian fried pie, Russian salad mimosa, offal soup, fermented horse milk, and mashed potatoes with horse meat, all for just $8. What do you think? Is that cheap? Let me know in the comments. Tonight I am going to my aunties
Sounds
and
like it.
uncle's house for a dinner,
What
and I
did-
need
what-
to buy
did she
some
say
extra food
fermented horse
from
milk?
the
Horse
local market in Yakutsk. You've probably seen the outdoor market in my previous videos, the coldest market in the world, where
We'll review one of her other videos. Not on here though.
people work outside even in temperatures as low as minus 50 degrees Celsius. Here you can buy meat, fish, frozen milk, berries, and much more. Everything is completely solid frozen, so there is no need for refrigerators. The outside air is already colder than any freezer. People here work from early morning until evening, bundled up in multiple layers to stay warm. I can't imagine how challenging it must be to work in such freezing conditions. After just 10 minutes at the market, I could feel the cold creeping through my clothes and my feet felt frozen, like thousands of needles piercing my skin. It even burned. It's an extreme way of life. Some sellers even get frostbite on their cheeks, noses, and fingers. Yet no one complains. It's their job, and it's how they make a living. Up in multiple layers.
I'm gonna rewind that. But yeah, she says it hurts, obviously. The first time she's talking about the cold. And she hasn't even been out there for that long. Yet she says no one complains.
To stay warm. I can't imagine how challenging it must be to work in such freezing conditions. After just 10 minutes at the market, I could feel the cold creeping through my clothes and my feet felt frozen, like thousands of needles piercing my skin. It even burned. It's an extreme way of life. Some sellers even get frostbite on their cheeks, noses, and fingers. Yet no one complains. It's their job, and it's how they make a living.
That meat looks so good. Horse meat. It's probably what they eat the most there. Because it's just...
We're EF Ultimate Break, the best way to see the world for anyone 18 to 35. We handle everything. All you have to do is...
It's dinner time, and my auntie Ludmila is preparing blood sausage and traditional Yakutian Crucian carp. This fish was caught by my uncle during the moonhigh fishing, a traditional event where villagers gather at the lake to fish for the upcoming winter.
Gathering with your local community to get fish for the upcoming winter seems wholesome.
It's a practice passed down through generation, a vital way for our ancestors to secure food for the harsh winter months. For dessert, my uncle is preparing a frozen whitefish I bought at the market. This is a special treat, raw frozen fish traditionally eaten ice cold. First, my uncle peels off the skin, a skill that takes practice, because you need to work fast. The fish must stay frozen. He's using a Yakutian knife, which is sharp and perfect for slicing frozen fish. A regular kitchen knife just will not do the job.
What kind of knife is that?
Which is sharp and perfect for slicing frozen fish. A regular kitchen knife just will not do the job.
Yeah, it probably needs like a thick. It's frozen. So you can peel the skin off way easier. Yeah, and that just looks good as is. They use that as a dessert. And somebody was asking me about raw fish. Well, there it is. This is probably the best meal they ate all day.
Бейте бу убаа бериттен оксан келдер дебит. Мана тоңну сибит бу хакалата ен. Onu mana
They call it chocolate. The horse liver. He's also... What was I going to say? They're eating a lot of food right now. Blood sausage, raw fish for dessert. They had other fish cooking.
тоңну хедакка маха тохшуй бола. Аны кырбыгын бу. Бейте шоколад куду. Натуральный шоколад. Накол. Бу бе деликатес шоколадга.
Nice. Hyvä шоколадта.
Dinner is almost ready. On the menu today, boiled Crucian carp, blood sausage, horse meat in cranberry sauce, pie, and a fresh salad. Everything is from the farm, fresh, organic, and absolutely delicious. It's a hearty meal, just what we need to stay warm and energized during Yakutia's harsh winters. Thank you for watching, and let me know what meals are like in your hometown.
The fresh salad actually looks pretty good.
On the menu today, boiled Crucian carp, blood sausage, horse meat in cranberry sauce, pie, and a fresh salad. Everything is from the farm, fresh, organic, and absolutely delicious. It's a hearty meal, just what we need to...
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We got some other videos coming. It didn't let me do my 500-pound life. Let's read a comment or two. Seeing you eat raw fish and liver, I couldn't help but imagine how diverse eating habits can be. Here in India, where temperatures can cross 50 Celsius in summer, some meat dishes are cooked on slow fire. for over 16 hours, marinated in 8 to 10 spices. Okay, so yeah, I'm not even going to mention it. Couldn't fathom eating raw frozen horse liver. It's very interesting seeing what's considered a delicacy in other countries. Yeah, when you eat something frozen, even when you eat something cold, the texture's different, but the flavors can't completely different. And even when you eat stuff cold, it usually has no flavor. Cold, cold, and warm. Yeah. Pretty cool video.